Hey, what's up guys? So today we're going to start talking about some Neo Soul progressions. And more importantly, how we're actually going to voice those progressions. So obviously I just played a little example up front there. We're going to talk about some of the voicings I was using and how I would go about voicing that exact progression. So what are you going to learn today? Well, we're going to talk about how to voice minor 6 chords, minor 7 chords, major 9 chords, and also major 7 chords with a sharp 11 in it. So stay tuned and we're going to check all of that out together today. So really quick, if you guys actually want to jam along and practice with the same backing track that I was playing with at the beginning of the video, you guys can check out the new package I put out with jazz lesson videos. It's called Jazz Styles Neo Soul. I'll make sure to link in the description of the video. Alright guys, let's jump right into talking about some Neo Soul piano voicings. Alright, let's get into this lesson guys. First chord, A flat minor 6. So let me show you this voicing that I'm using here, okay? I'm doing 1, 5, 9, flat 10, 11, and finally the minor 6 on top. So from bottom to top, that is A flat, E flat, B flat, B, D flat, and F. So I really like this voicing, but the biggest reason I like it is because it gives us a really nice transition into our next voicing. So for this next voicing, even though it says G minor 7 on the progression, I'm actually throwing an 11 in here, so it's really more of a G minor 11 chord. So from bottom to top, it is 1, 5, 9, flat 10, 11, and flat 7. So from bottom to top, G, D, A, B flat, C, and F. So I really like that voicing. Again, transitioning between the two sounds really nice, especially with the voice leading. Okay, and now we can continue with very little hand motion and we can go to our next chord. So our next voicing is going to be G flat major 7. So we can do from bottom to top 1, 5, 9, 10, major 7. And if you want, you can also throw up here, you can throw in a 5 up there too. I kind of like how that sounds as well with the more close-knit voicing in the right hand. And so from bottom to top, that is G flat, D flat, A flat, B flat, D flat here optional, and F on top. Pretty voicing. And now, let's say we just move it down a half step. Well, that's not quite what we want because that's just an F major 7 as well. We actually want an F major 7 sharp 11. So we're going to do this. I think this is a nice transition. So that is 1, 5, 10, sharp 11, 6 or 13, and major 7 on top. But you really hear that sharp 11 in there. So let's just look at the whole thing now. So, and then, so, beautiful. So that is just one basic way of voicing this progression. Of course, we've got the roots in our hands. So what if we said, what if we want to do these rootless and see if we can come up with something cool? Let's look at some rootless voicings for the same progression. So especially when I'm going for a neo soul sound, playing with a Rhodes, maybe trying to get a little lo-fi sound, I just love so much using voicings that have clusters in them. And just to give you guys an example of what I mean, as opposed to a very open voicing, which might be like that kind of open sound, everything is at least a fourth away from the other notes. In this case, that's super, all the notes are very densely packed. So I love that sound. So let's look at our first rootless voicing here. Alright, so from bottom to top, I'm doing G flat, B flat, B, E flat, F, A flat, and B flat. So if we actually look at that in A flat minor, we've got flat 7, 9, flat 10, 5, 6, 1, the root, and 9 on top as well. And part of what I love about this is actually doubling the 9. We get this, right? And we could kind of like mess with that, make a little melody out of it, because by having it in an octave, we're actually making that 9 even stronger. Cool, guys. Let's work on our next voicing, our G minor 7. Sweet, that's a pretty easy one. So we're doing flat 7, 9, flat 10, 5, flat 7 again, and 9 again on top. Now, some people, of course, will argue, they'll say, you never want to repeat a note in a voicing. There is something to be said for that. You can really get strong voicings by literally using all the notes of a scale without ever repeating a note. But honestly, I just love the sound you get when you do repeat the notes. You kind of double them in octaves, and you can move them around. It's almost like a block chord sound, but not with literal block chords here. Cool. Let's go on to voicing number 3, our G flat major. So let's see what we can do here. Cool, so here I am doing major 7 on bottom, then the root, then the 3rd, 5th, major 7, and 9. Man, that is like the simplest voicing, right? It's literally just building the voicing from bottom to top, but then we throw this major 7 on bottom, and it gives it a more unique clustered sound. So actually, it's a simple voicing, but I love it, and I think it sounds great, especially when you throw that 9 on top. Beautiful. Now, also, I just want to address really quick. Technically, you could say, oh, well, is this a rootless voicing? It's got the root in it, right? I would argue that by my standards of how I hear what a rootless voicing is, not talking theoretically, but by how I hear it, I would say this is still a rootless voicing because the root for me does not have the prominent sound. You don't hear it necessarily. If you play this here, you could also play an E flat on the bottom, and this is now an E flat minor chord. And the root is not the bottom note, and that's a big part of why. So it's okay to include roots in rootless voicings. That's basically what I'm saying. Every rootless voicing does not have to literally be rootless. Okay, so with that said, let's take a look at our last rootless voicing, and maybe even let's keep a root in there because we like that sound, or at least I do. So here's where we're coming from, our G flat major. This time we need a sharp 11 in there. So let's do this. So we're doing from bottom top, major 7, root, 3, sharp 11, major 7, and 9. So essentially the only difference is we're just replacing the 5 with the sharp 4 in this voicing. So let's take a look at the whole progression now. Alright guys, so that pretty much sums it up for the voicings on this progression. Hope you guys like them. Those are some of my personal favorites. And if you guys actually want sheet music of those exact voicings, just go to jazzpianoconcepts.com and sign up for the email list, and I'll get those sent right over to you. But yeah guys, thanks so much for watching. As always, if you guys want some more content like this, or if you enjoyed the video, be sure to click subscribe, click the bell to turn on notifications. And if you guys want to actually jam with the backing tracks, again, just check out that link in my description. So thank you so much for your support as always, and I'll see you guys soon with some more video lessons about Neo Soul and Neo Soul voicings. See you guys next time.